Member for Vancouver Fraserview.
Mr. Speaker, today is Halloween. I'm not going to speak about something scary, but something that's interesting and important. I'm going to talk about washrooms, particularly a washroom in this building, the Legislative Assembly. Do you know that in the 1990s, there wasn't a single women's washroom on the same floor as this chamber? There were 4 washrooms on this floor, but they were all for men. So women demanded change, and management finally relented. One men's room was converted to women's use by shutting down the water sprinkler to the urinals. Plastic flowers were still in vogue then, so they put them in the urinal to pretty them up. As dust started to gather on the flowers and the plastic faded with time, the flowers become unsightly. A more permanent and practical solution was implemented by building a full-height wooden enclosure around the urinals. This was what I saw when Michelle Mangal, former MLA for Nelson Crescent, took me for a tour of the women's washroom in the legislation back in 2017 when I first got elected. One memorable incident Michelle told me was that one MLA dropped her cell phone and it ended up in the urinal despite having the wooden enclosure because the enclosure has a gap on the bottom where it meets the floor. However, on that tour, Michelle didn't show me the location of the men's room on this floor, so that when former PMA Christy Clark called the division vote, I almost missed it because I was in the men's room on the 3rd floor. 2 weeks ago, the BC Building Trade visited the legislature and met with MLA. Among other topics, they discussed the need for better washroom facility for construction workers. They pointed out, I quote, an additional consequential benefit of providing improved washroom facility in construction is an increased level of support for underrepresented groups who might be considering construction trades as a vocation. Given my experience in washroom matter, Mr. Speaker, I wholeheartedly agree. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.